Hey everyone, it's Jet back today with another achievement video. And by doing this achievement, you actually get a toy. So I guess it's like an achievement toy video. But the achievement is called Many Boxes, Many Roxes. And the objective is to open 50 boxes of rocks, releasing the elementals within. And when you do that, you get the toy tiny box of tiny rocks. Now this achievement's pretty straightforward. So I'm just going to go explain where you can get the boxes of rocks, because that's pretty important in this achievement. Now there's two ways you can get the box of rocks. One, you can farm them, or two, you can just purchase them from the auction house. Now if you want to farm them, let me tell you, it's pretty tedious. It's pretty tedious, I'll just put it lightly, because there's only two areas you can farm them, and it's in the Waking Shores and in the Forbidden Reach. Specifically the Zskera Vaults in the Forbidden Reach. Now I recommend the Waking Shores, and I'll explain why here in a minute. Now if you want to farm these in the Zskera Vaults, each box you pick up there usually has 4 or 5 boxes of rocks in them, compared to each box you pick up within the Waking Shores is just a single box of rocks. Now the problem with farming these in the Zskera Vaults is it's really random, and you don't know if any door will actually have a box of rocks. Also, you have to get keys, and I know you can purchase these keys from the vendors now, but you also need elemental flow to get them. So to me, it's not worth the time. I mean, even if you have alts, say you have alts and you've been running your alts and main through the Zskera Vaults every week. Why? I don't know why anyone would do that. Okay, but say you have been doing that, and you guys are all in the same vault. I mean, it doesn't mean that each door is going to be the same, right? So your vault might be the same, but your doors might be different. Now, the Waking Shores, on the other hand, it's not any better, but all you have to do is just fly to certain locations and see if a box of rocks is up, and if it's not, just fly to the next and repeat. So let me show you. As you notice here in my toolbar, I made 2 macros, box 1 and box 2. And if you look at my map here, there's no waypoint locations on it. But once I hit my macro here, I'll get my TomTom waypoints. And now on my map, you can see each location of where a box of rocks has a potential to spawn at. Now, of course, in order to use this, you're going to need TomTom. But I'm sure most of you guys have that, and if you don't, you need to get it. So now all we have to do is just fly to these locations. Most of these locations are inside caves or inside a tent, especially around the Obsidian Citadel. I did 1 pass and I got 2 boxes of rocks. But once you fly to all these locations, pick up your box of rocks, you can hit your macro again and pull up all the waypoints, and then rinse and repeat the process. So I'll put in the description below all the waypoints, so if you want to make your own macro, you can too. Another important note, if you're going to farm these, you have to be a minimum of level 68 to pick them up. However, you can use them if you are level 10 or above. This is kind of important, because in order to get this achievement, you have to open 50 of these boxes of rocks. Now the problem is, if you hover over here, each box of rocks has a 15-minute cooldown. So in retrospect, you can only open 4 boxes per hour. But you can bypass this, because say if I open a box of rocks on this tune right here, I can send this box of rocks to an alt, and he can open it, and I can repeat that process without a cooldown. Now the reason you can do this is because this achievement progress is account bound. So if you use 1 box of rocks on 1 tune, it counts towards all your tunes, is the best way to put it. Now, to be completely honest, if you really want this achievement and toy for your collection, just buy them on the auction house. It will save you so much time farming. I mean, I am a degenerate when it comes to some things, But after doing a pass and only getting 2, I was tight on that. I was like, nah, this ain't gonna work. So I took my happy butt to the auction house and just purchased them to make this video. So with all that said and done, let's open this last box of rocks, get this achievement, and I can show you what the toy does. So we'll get off our mount here. We'll use our last box of rocks. You notice we got our many rocks achievement. So I'll show you exactly what the toy does now. You just set it out there and basically it summons a bunch of rocks that you can kick. You know, so you can tell them to go kick. Like if your friend's making you mad or something, just throw down a box of rocks and tell them to go kick rocks. So that's what it does. It's basically a toy version of the box of rocks. So that is how you get many rocks achievement in the tiny box of tiny rocks toy. Hope this video and information helped, and good luck with your achievement hunting and toy collecting.